So this is the summary of the poem The Pulley by George Herbert. So these are the important points. This poem first appeared in the collection Temple in 1633. This poem suggests that God has given all the blessings and gifts to human beings except rest and peace. With the help of Pulley, God lures human beings to return back to Him to find rest and peace which they don't find on earth. The poem explores humanity's restless nature and their inability to find contentment and satisfaction despite all the blessings that God has bestowed upon them. So, this is the text of the poem. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessing standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches, which dispersed lie, contract into a span. So strength first made a way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasure rest in the bottom lay. So, when the poem opens, the speaker talks about the creation of humanity by God. God blessed his creation with so many wonderful gifts. He bestowed man with all the riches and prosperity. In the next line, the speaker says that God believed that human beings deserve all these privileges. Next, he gave them strength, beauty, wisdom, honor, and pleasure. When God poured down all these blessings upon humanity from his cup, then he realized that only one thing was left in the bottom, and that was peace. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at least if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. So, in these lines, the speaker says that God felt that if he would give this last blessing of peace to humanity, then the people would love all the things which he had bestowed upon them as blessings, and then they would forget God, then they would get away from God. And they would be contented and satisfied with their lives on earth, and they would forget that all these blessings have been given by God Himself to them. So, by doing so, they would lose their connection with God, and God didn't want that at all. Next, God decided not to give rest to humanity. This was the last blessing which He didn't give to humanity. Although He allowed human beings to keep rest of the gifts and blessings, by not having rest in their lives, people will make hasty decisions and they will remain rich but exhausted and restless. The challenges and problems they will face on earth will lead them towards God. If they will be contented and satisfied, then they will stay away from God and would forget Him. But their restlessness and exhaustion will bring them back to God. And here the poem ends.